Here's your close-up warning. Okay, so you guys are always saying, don't pop your zits, it's really bad, you should just leave them. But my question to you is, what exactly am I supposed to do about zits? Like this. Should I just leave those? Should I pop them? Should I drain them? You let me know. Now here's the rest of the face. Welcome everyone to week 14 of my Accutane adventures. This marks 3.5 months into it, and it'll probably be about 3.5 months until I'm finished with this treatment. It's definitely gonna be a long treatment for me because my acne is so severe. Now a lot of you guys keep leaving comments, and it's so helpful, and I really appreciate you guys trying to help. You leaving comments of remedies and different things that you've done to help tame your acne and to help get rid of your acne, like honey scrubs, exfoliants, and all these different things, you know, like vinegar and stuff like that that you drink, all this different ideas of remedies. Honestly, I've tried every one of those remedies. I've tried everything on the market, off the market, random ideas, everything, but nothing really seems to help. And honestly, in my opinion, when you're at the level of acne that I've had, the severe acne that I've had, you can't really do anything about it. It's just genetic, it just is, you know? You can kind of help, you know, you put your benzoyl on, you drink your apple cider vinegar, and it helps a little bit, but it doesn't get rid of it. It doesn't help enough, and like Proactive and all that stuff, it doesn't do the job. So I really appreciate you guys' like your attempts to help me and giving me your ideas of what's worked for you, and I'm sure it's gonna help a lot of other people who are going through the videos and looking at the comments, so please keep doing that. But at this stage, I feel like the only thing that's gonna help me is Accutane, and I feel like trying these other remedies and stuff is not really gonna help. I just gotta rely on the Accutane. Now real quick, everyone's been asking me what brands of products I'm using for my moisturizer and for my exfoliant, so right here I'm gonna show you. I have Aveeno. There we go, focus. I got Aveeno, it's like an oatmeal moisturizer, and it's non-comedogenic, which means that, non-comedogenic? I don't know. What it means is that it doesn't plug your pores, so you don't get more zits from it. Some moisturizers are made for your body, not for your face, and those will plug your pores. This one is dermatologist tested and all that stuff, so it's approved for putting on your face. And personally, Aveeno is so much less intense than like Cetaphil. When I was using Cetaphil on my face was getting really red and stuff, and I looked on the back of it, and it has some sort of alcohols. I forget what it had, but it was irritating my face. Aveeno, when I put it on, it feels cooling. It like cools my face and makes it more comfortable and less sensitive. Now what I'm using for my exfoliant is Equate, and this is an apricot scrub. The active ingredient in this is salicylic acid, 2%, and it also has walnuts grounded into it with apricots, and the walnuts and stuff are supposed to be the exfoliant, and salicylic acid is the chemicals exfoliant. And personally, I really like it. It feels good when you put it on. You know, you just give it a light rub around the face while you're in the shower so your hands and everything are clean. You know, I guess it does its job. I mean, for me, nothing's gonna do its job, but it does good enough, so I like to use that and the moisturizer. Get off my forehead! Get off my cheek! Go away! Oh, and by the way, I just got back from the gym. Before I left to the gym, I took you guys' advice on this. I drained the cyst and the zit on my forehead, but I took your advice. I had my girlfriend wash her hands, disinfect them with alcohol. I used a small needle to lance it, which I soaked in alcohol first, washed the area with alcohol. So everything was super sanitary, popped it, drained it, used a paper towel, twisted it around, drained it, and just did like that and drained it. It's so sensitive. While I was working out, as I'm squeezing, you know, because it's leg day, you know, lots of pressure and stuff. You know, when you squeeze, you can feel it in your neck, you can feel your face kind of fill with blood and stuff. I could feel it in my zit. I could feel all the pressure in there, and it felt like my cyst was gonna explode. And it actually ended up bleeding just ever so slightly. Real quick, the side effects are so minimal. My knees, my back, they were hurting a lot more about a week or two ago, and now they're not really hurting at all. I do have just the slightest bit of pressure in my left knee when I do squats and leg press, but it's nothing that stops me. It's nothing that's like hurting me to the point where I'm like, maybe I shouldn't do this. It's completely fine. My eyes are not as sensitive this week. They're not as dry. My lips are always super dry, but that's super taken care of because I take chapstick and I just put that on every 15-20 minutes. My face is mediocrely dry. It's not as dry as you would think, and I honestly forget to put moisturizer on a lot, and it doesn't end up being too bad. It's just a little flaky around the cheekish area. but not as bad as I would have expected it to be. So from last week, we were hoping that this week would look a lot clearer, and we kind of had the idea that the initial breakout was over, but it looks like this week was worse than last week was, so I don't have any clue how this is going to go. I don't know if next week is going to be all cleared up and better, or if next week is going to be just as bad or worse. Who knows? But from what you guys have said, a lot of you have been taking Accutane or have taken your course of Accutane and have been messaging me or commenting me and telling me that, you know, 3.5 months is right around the area where the initial breakout is over. You know, 4 months, that's when you should start to expect to see that, you know, 3 or 4 week time where your face just clears up. So I'm really hoping that in the next month and a month and a half, something like that, my face will really start to, you know, subside in the acne and then eventually just really start to clear out. But it's an adventure and no one knows how adventures go. So you guys are just gonna have to continue joining me and continue supporting me, which is so awesome. I say thank you every week, but I mean it, so I have to say thank you every week. Thank you so much for supporting me along this, and hopefully week 15 will look a little better. All right, peace out.